Hello, good people. This is Sam here at She Does the Most, and this week we are decorating a spread for the week of January 16th. So I'm going to be doing a split spread today, and on the left side, I'm going to be decorating for Martin Luther King Day, and on the right side, I am going to be decorating for Lunar New Year. So let's jump into it. So I am removing my stickers to cut them off screen. And I do have a silhouette, but sometimes it's just a little easier to take your scissor out and cut those stickers, especially when you have a really simple pattern like this. So all of them are boxes except for the MLK silhouette. And so it's easy enough just to cut it out if you don't have a cutting machine. So I am beginning with whiting out everything that I don't want at the top of the page. I am going to place this sticker down and just see if I can get away with not whiting everything out. Just play around with the placement and see what still needs to be covered up. So anything that won't be covered up by that scissor, and then go back in, of course, with some more whiteout. So with these set of boxes that I have over here, these are boxes that I just created in the Silhouette Studio, and I did use the machine to cut them out, but these were boxes from Christmas, and I didn't use all of them, and so I figured I can use them here. I definitely didn't want to waste it. I was a little concerned that if I did green on one side and red on the other side, that it would look a little too Christmassy, but obviously I wasn't too concerned to not use them. So I just went ahead and figured that the Lunar New Year side would have a lot of red and gold, and so I can use that green over on the MLK side. So my color scheme on that side is going to be mostly black and green. And here I come in for the third time with this whiteout just to remove as much as I can behind where this sticker is going to go. So now, because I did not use a cutting machine, the sticker is not going to peel up as easy, but I just have to take off the backing and apply it here, and it is simple enough. So when I was looking at quotes that I wanted to use for this spread, the obvious one would be Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. It's very popular, but I actually like this one here, and it resonates with me so much that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving. And that is definitely a motto I try to keep in my life. Sometimes, I can just be addicted to the move, and it is very difficult to stay still. But I also think that it is a benefit because you keep working towards a goal, you keep setting new goals, you keep progressing, And I just feel like we have one life to live out here, so I want to try to accomplish as much as possible. While I was decorating this spread, I was actually watching The Warrior Nun, and I was catching up on season 2, and I really like it. I think it's a very interesting premise, and I was really disappointed that Mary was actually dead. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But I really thought that she was going to come back for season 2. I mean, every main character just came back. I mean, Mother Superior literally died and they brought her back. So I really enjoyed Mary's character from season 1, that it was just really unfortunate that they did end up killing off her character. And so with it ending on a cliffhanger, I was really excited for what they were going to do for season 3. And then I looked it up and saw that the show was canceled. And I was just like, of course, like, why not? I felt like it was really good. It was really entertaining. It was very different from what is out there, but I mean, I guess the ratings didn't do that well, so they won't be coming back for a 3rd season. If these videos are something that you find interesting, consider subscribing below to be kept updated on how we will decoratively plan affordably this year. Here I am applying my last full box to the MLK side of the spread. And I am actually going to be adding a Martin Luther King script from a package of stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby. So these were, I want to say maybe 40 20% off. So they were a little over $1. And it has all of the holidays throughout the year. And I am starting off with that Martin Luther King one. And that's kind of in a like lighter tealier blue green than a lighter green than I have in my stickers, the square sticker boxes. And so I'm actually going to be looking to incorporate some more of that color on this side, just to even it out and make it look like it belongs here, like I chose to have that color. So I'm actually going to go to my sticker planners that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I will pin that haul in the comment section so you can see all of the Dollar Tree stickers that I purchased. But these are designated planner stickers that I'm trying to see if it is by Jot or Crafter Square. So it is a Crafter Square product. And so I am taking out this jungly pack, and they have some of that teal that matches the wording. And I am just applying them to the boxes. So up at the top, I have note. In that middle box, I have a yes. So I'm just trying to go through and find ones that I feel like would go with this side of the spread. And it doesn't necessarily have to only be that teal. This also has a lot of the actual green color. And so I am able to pull in some stickers that match that color as well. So let me tell you about a scary moment that I had with our little guy, our little foster baby. We were going to, I think it was the cardiologist, and I transferred him over to his travel oxygen, and that went fine. And I brought a backup oxygen tank, and I brought a second backup just in case. And I had all of my medical equipment, and he and I, set off, and we went to the cardiologist, and his appointment went well. And we were actually coming out to come back home. And at that point, I checked his oxygen tank, and it was right above the red. So it wasn't empty, but it was getting there. And I was too nervous to drive back home on that small amount of oxygen, because I didn't want the oxygen to run out, me be in the middle of the highway, his pulse ox starts going off, and me having to crank open a new tank and switch him over. So I was like, okay, while we're still in the parking lot, let me just switch him over to a full tank. So in the hospital, I was shown how to do this, in theory, I guess, but I've never physically done it. So I connected him from the home oxygen to the to the travel oxygen. But I never went from one travel oxygen tank to the other. And the difference is that it has a valve on the top that you have to unscrew off and put that on the travel oxygen. And it has 2 prongs that go in that you have to line up directly. So while you're doing this, though, he's not on any oxygen. So you have to work quickly. And so I disconnect the tubing. I shut off the valve for the oxygen that he was on. I unscrewed the top, went to transfer it to the new oxygen, open up the new oxygen, and all I hear is shh. So I shut it off because that is not the right noise. And I unscrewed that little valve top, try to seat it in correctly, turned on the oxygen, and then I heard the shushing noise again. And I'm just like, okay, why is this not connecting with like an airtight seal? And while I'm trying to remain calm and figure this out, his pulse ox starts going off and his oxygen levels are dropping. And I'm trying to remain calm and disconnect the oxygen and reconnect it back. And I had to do it like 4 or 5 times before it would actually connect. And I usually stay pretty cool under pressure. So I was just trying to remain calm so that I could do this. But inside, I was just like, holy crap, I'm going to have to run back into this cardiologist's office and like ask somebody to help me and hope that he has enough oxygen and that everything is okay. Like inside, I was really freaking out and I was like, I should have practiced this before I took him out on the road. You know, I'm the kind of person that I feel like I can learn anything. If you show it to me, I can figure it out. So I'm just like, it's just connecting oxygen. It can't be that serious, right? Listen, those 2 prongs were so hard to line up and get together just right. And it's because I've never done it before. I have since connected him, from one travel tank to the other. And it was a lot easier. And now I know what I'm doing. But that first time around, it was honestly so scary and so nerve-wracking, and it was taking me so long to transfer him over from one tank to another that I was just like, oh my goodness. But I switched over his tanks, reconnected him, his oxygen started going up, and then he was perfectly fine. But in those couple of minutes that felt like an hour in the backseat of that car, like I was really panicking on the inside while trying not to panic on the outside. Okay, so here I am on the right side of the spread, and I was able to use one of my long red boxes that was left over from Christmas, and I printed out this Chinese New Year because the new year will be Year of the Rabbit, and I printed this out on sticker paper and just cut it out with my scissor. And these 2 flowers, they were actually part of a pack of a wall decal. And it might be the same Dollar Tree sticker haul as the planner stickers. So if it is, then I'll just be pinning one video in the comment section. If not, I will pin both of the haul videos just so that you can see what wall decal this came off of. And it had some hydrangeas and pink peonies, and these were the only red flowers. So I just took these 2 little red flowers and figured that they can go in this red spread. For these gold boxes, I did print this off specifically for this page. And I just Googled the color number for gold. And I entered that in, and it gave me a pretty realistic gold color that matched the Year of the Rabbit sticker in the middle. And so I just printed off 2 of those gold boxes to go over here, and I am just applying them to my page. So, on a more upbeat note than me struggling with oxygen in the back of my car with only seconds on the clock, is a story about my daughter's Christmas present. So, this year for Christmas, we got her an Oculus, and I was super excited for it. She really wanted one, so we thought that it would be a great present. And she puts it on and absolutely freaks out. Evidently, the metaverse is not for her. It's just a really weird, eerie feeling, and it does take some getting used to. So Olive is 7, but my nephew has an Oculus, and he's a year younger than her, and he loves it. He goes on, he plays all of his games, he communicates with his friends. It's a wonderful gaming system for him. For her, not so much. She will put it on for seconds at a time and then just rip it off. Even from we played this game where you chop blocks. I can't remember what it's called, but it's super fun and it just freaks her out. It's such a weird sensation that she just cannot deal. And so I was contemplating just returning it, but I actually really like it, and I like playing that block chopping game. So I figured that we would keep it and that we would give her some time to get used to it. So I decided to try to, explore all the things that this has to offer, because it's not just games. You can watch things, and I really like nature shows, and I saw that they had something with nature, so I clicked on it to watch it. And you guys, the metaverse is terrifying. Like, I was on an African safari, and when I turned around and there was an elephant 2 inches from my eyeball, I screamed and ripped that mask off. Like, you could not tell me that I was not about to be trampled to death. But I don't give in to my fears. So I put it back on my head. And then there was like a chimpanzee drop down in front of me from out of nowhere. And I almost peed. I was so scared. And so, yet and still, I was like, I will not give up. I think I had closed my eyes at that point. So I opened up my eyes, and then there was like indigenous people around me, like they were within spitting distance. It felt like they could reach out and touch me, and I could reach out and touch them. And I did not like it. I did not like that immersive feeling at all. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when I went like deep sea diving and was under the water. I could feel myself suffocating. I felt like I was falling into the ocean. It was an absolutely horrific feeling. And, you know, I went to see Black Panther, and I was all about Talokan. And I was just like, yes, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. No, not in the Oculus. Like, I would have several heart attacks. I just can't deal. I want to love it. I would love to love it. It costs so much money that I better love it, but I don't love it. It is such a scary experience. I will not give up. I will try again. I played games on there. Like, we have it's not Tomb Raider. What is it? Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil, and I was fine with that. Like, I love zombies, but Resident Evil looked like a game. It was not very realistic, and so I was okay with that, and my mind can process that. But the realistic safari nature show that I was watching, my body just couldn't. It couldn't take it. It couldn't handle it. It was a very unnerving, unpleasant experience. But I will try again and probably share a lot more stories on me being horrified in the metaverse. All right, guys. Well, we are coming to the end of the road as far as this spread is concerned. I am just adding this January sticker up at the top because no one wants to see me have to actually write out January up there. And those are from Hobby Lobby, those sticker packs. And here we go, our completed spread for Martin Luther King Day and the Lunar New Year.